Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome in Success Documentary today. And today we would like to welcome Mr. Anubhav Raina. You are most welcome, Mr. Anubhav Raina. You are most welcome in our program today, one of the episodes of Success Documentary. We have the pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you. Pleasure is all mine. It's really nice to have you guys over here in these times, and it's always good to do such positive things and to discuss about business or discuss about everything going on right now.
Thank you, Mr. Raina. So as a starting, we would like to know more about you. Who's Mr. Anubhav Raina? How did you start? Tell us a little. Let's have a small flashback about your life.
So I actually am still a young entrepreneur. I actually started my business journey about 2 years ago. I'm an architect by profession. I've studied my architecture in the UAE. Then, looking at how things were shaping up, I decided to get into the sustainable side of architecture. So I actually got into window films and solar panels. We are into window films for hotels, for houses, for cars, because films from America, these help in reducing the electricity bills.
Before we start talking about the business, what is the reason behind choosing UAE? Did you follow your father, or it was like a passion for you or a hub for you to come to UAE?
So the UAE happened for me was because of my studies. When I was doing my architecture,
it was because of the studies.
Because of the studies, because of the amount of construction that happens in the Middle East, and how fast it happens in the Middle East. For an architect to see and learn from that is a huge experience. Is something that you cannot, not coming from India. There is not the technology in the construction is not as advanced as we have in the UAE.
Of course.
So for someone for young architects to learn from and to see live experience firsthand is very good. It's very important. That's why the UAE happened for me, and then I continued to be here and start business over here.
And the idea of this type of business, from where it came?
So we got into this because of the sustainable side of architecture.
It has a relation with that.
Yes, it is, because the world is going greener with window films. So a lot of the heat that you see in the buildings comes from the glass.
Exactly.
Your AC load, it goes high because your room is very hot.
Yes.
So with the films, what these films do is they actually don't let the heat enter the building. So they absorb it and reduce it by about 50 to 60%. And when your room is cooler, your AC is not taking that much load. So your electricity bills are going lower, your Diva bills are going lower.
Very nice.
So that's why this plus we do solar panels. Solar panels that you install on warehouses, on houses to generate electricity. Now, because in a place like UAE where there's so much sun, there's so much heat, I personally believe we should be using that heat in our advantage to generate electricity rather than using fuel and other sources of electricity. Solar, I believe, has a huge potential in this country. So that's our two areas of focus: solar panels and window films.
Very nice. So since you are very young and you're still doing great thing, I wish you really the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
And of course, Mr. Raina, you still have some things to do in the future.
Yes.
What are your plans?
So our plans for the future, actually, I have a few larger plans. We actually are just in terms of doing a tie-up with Emirates, the government entity of fuel pumps.
Nice.
We actually are just on the verge of doing a tie-up with them. So in all the fuel pumps, all 40 petrol stations, we will have our booths where, when there's a car coming in, they can actually tint their cars all at the fuel pump as well. So that's just one of the tie-ups. That's a short-term tie-up.
That's interesting.
But yes, long-term, we actually want to be larger distributors of films all around the UAE, maybe even expand outside. And solar panels, of course. We want to have our solar panels on top of every warehouse, every factory.
Yes.
Even smaller lights everywhere.
Of course, with this determination and the eagerness to success, of course, you will reach to what you want. Of course, there was a great help from, or support, let's say, from UAE to Mr. Raina.
Yes.
How much it was helpful, this country, to you?
So actually, if for me, someone like me, someone, you know, you're just so young to start a business
Yeah.
in a newer city for me, because my family, my parents are back in India. So for me to actually set up a business over here all by myself could have been a very big challenge anywhere else in the whole world.
Yeah.
But in the UAE, the way everything happened so systematically,
Yeah.
I knew where to get my documents registered, how to start up the company, where to, you know, get the office,
Yeah.
get all the visas. Everything had been a very smooth process.
Very smooth.
Because
Yeah.
for someone alone to go and do that in another country,
It will
is
take a
huge
very big
task.
huge task, and it was gonna take a very long time.
Exactly. So summertime for us in Dubai is actually our peak season. That's the time where we get the most inquiries, where we get the most business.
Let's say they are given the platform
Yes.
to start up in a peaceful way.
Very peaceful way, very easy way.
Yeah.
And they have been very supportive. Even the people of UAE,
Yes.
when they know that it's a newer business, they actually push you more rather than not like an older company that has a lot of years. They back you up when I'm meeting new clients, new hotels or anything. When they see a younger guy, they even support you more.
Do you have any plans for Expo 2021?
So Expo 2021, I actually, right now we haven't planned out the whole, you know, the plans. But we certainly do, even the other companies that we're dealing with, they all have plans, and we're trying to incorporate something.
Yes.
You know, something that we can firm up, and then I can definitely share those with you.
Sure, it's gonna be a good idea.
Yes, yes.
And from this point, we would like to have a small thank you message from you, from yourself to UAE rulers.
Yes, I would, of course, I would genuinely like to thank the UAE leaders for making such a beautiful, such a safe place for everyone to work and, you know, travel and see everything that's happening around every day. Such new, beautiful innovations happening, even in such tough times. To almost vaccinate everyone, to almost provide such safety measures, and to have businesses up and running now, where other countries are still suffering so much.
And we are still living a normal life, whereas most of the countries are locked down and they cannot live freely. But here, almost the life, 90% is
back to normal.
Back to normal. So I'm sure you still have some people to whom you would like to say thank you. Today, maybe supported you during your normal life, your professional life.
Of course. So for me, my mom actually has been one of my biggest inspirations. She's always supported me in whatever decisions I wanted to take. You know, with my architecture decision, and then starting a business. Then, of course, secondly, my fiance. My fiance has been a huge support in business, in personal times, and everything. Even when sometimes, you know, when we started the business, sometimes you're not getting business. Maybe in winter time, it's a little demotivating. You need someone to, you know,
to
really
motivate you, of course.
And, you know, to get you back on the feet and tell you to, okay, get back up and running.
You have to wake up. You should carry on.
Exactly.
That's the real motivation. That's the real support from anybody. So we thank you so much, Mr. Raina, for being with us today, and we thank everybody who supported you and grow up a young, fresh businessman, same like you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We wish we'll see you very soon.
Yes, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us today.